Migration has been taking place since the dawn of mankind. In the past, just like today, migration was a way of fleeing from famine, wars, and oppression. The USA has not lost its image as an economic superpower and, if anything, has renewed the myth of a land where everything is possible for individuals with clear ideas and well-defined skills. Immigration affected the entire Mezzogiorno of Italy, including Calabria, following the serious economic crisis in agriculture and the failed industrialization of the second half of the 19th century. The poor, unprepared emigrant, who was also illiterate, was not safeguarded in any way. Therefore, there were many examples of exploitation by the agents and the sub-agents of emigration. The voyage lasted about 30 days. Battery Park was the landing place of the liners carrying migrants to New York. The port at Ellis Island welcomed more than 12 million aspiring American citizens. Since 1990, the same buildings have housed the Museum of Immigration. In August 2011, I visited New York and the Ellis Island Immigration Museum. Entering the Great Hall, this huge space where the immigrants were examined, it was moving to see the photographs of women and children holding onto their bundles, wooden and wicker chests, and men with cardboard suitcases. The mind went back to those thousands of Italians who crossed the ocean, risking their lives for a better future. And amongst these thousands of migrants, there was also Vincenzo, my maternal grandfather's elder brother. My great-uncle had left for New York by ship in the 30s. Vincenzo was only 17 years old when he emigrated. He found work in New Rochelle, in the state of New York, initially as a workman. Later, he gained American citizenship and became a small businessman. Obviously, those who possessed particular skills and knowledge were able to aspire to continuing the trade they had learned back in Italy. But even in this case, the language was a serious barrier. America offered many employment possibilities, especially as at that time the construction of enormous infrastructures, including railroads, was underway. In order to find a position in the world of work in the New World, emigrants were willing to make any sacrifice. America needed cheap workforce and so welcomed whoever reached her shores, wherever they came from. As for the emigrants, they looked for work and accepted every hardship, well aware that only they themselves could provide personal dignity and well-being. The greatest difficulty was learning the English language. Language and schooling could increase the chances of employment and not having to wear workmen's overalls. Emigrants mostly miss the verbal exchange in the mother tongue, so dialect and the English language were used as alternating codes. Not everyone came home to Italy. Those who had made a success at work were unable to give up this new social status. The second generation of Italian Americans has produced great personalities who have given a prestige to the Mezzogiorno of Italy, including Leon Panetta, who was appointed head of the CIA by President Barack Obama in 2009. Fiorello LaGuardia, who became mayor of New York. Mario Cuomo, who was the governor of the state of New York, and Rudolph Giuliani, who was the Manhattan District State Attorney and Mayor of New York. My maternal grandfather, Antonio, immigrated into the United States in 1956. His brother, Vincenzo, who had immigrated to New York many years earlier, recommended he go there. He decided to go to the US to give a better future to his children, so they could study. When he got to New York, he went to live with his brother in New Rochelle, the city where he worked. His brother ran a gardening business which Nonno joined. He worked in New Rochelle for 12 years, and he took private English lessons in order to pass the citizenship test. In New York there was wealth, while southern Italy was poor. He said that life treated him well because he had integrated into American society. In fact, he had a relationship based on mutual trust and respect with his American employers, but he always had difficulty communicating in English. When he came back to Italy for good in 1968, he always talked with great pleasure about the years he had spent in New Rochelle. In these early years of the 21st century, the success of one very prestigious Italian is in the limelight, Bill de Blasio, elected mayor of New York in 2013. In recent times, the portrayal of a hard-working Italy capable of producing extraordinary successes in fashion, cookery and art, but also in science, is appreciated all over the world. It is important to mention the Italian-American Committee on Education, a non-profit organization created in 1975, headquartered in New York, with the aim of encouraging the study of the Italian language and culture in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey and Connecticut. I can only add that the Calabrians and the Italian Americans of Calabrian origin have played their part right from the start, and that the Italians should be proud of these people who, through their work and sacrifices, have reached important positions in the corridors of power. I am of the opinion that the American dream shows its validity right up to the present day.